You have to.
The mic. You see the microphone? Yeah. Huh? Where's the mic?
I'm not sure.
Thanks, mate. No. You'll be alright for that. Come on. Ready to go?
Yeah, good.
Michael, we know that you're going to be in charge now for the upcoming fixtures, so how big an opportunity is this for you?
Good question. I think, like always, I've just looked at it as supporting the club, really. It's an opportunity for us to try and get another 3 points, and that's all I'm focused on. Focused on Everton, and then if we do well, focused on the next game. So I'm not really seeing so much as an opportunity, more of a job I need to do to support the club in this moment.
The next two games are huge against relegation rivals. Could they be season-defining games?
I think there's still a lot of games to go. I think we need to pick up points, so I think they're important games as always, but I do think there's enough games for it to pick up points, but I think they're huge games. Every game in the Premier League is a huge game, and it's a big opportunity, and the players are excited to try and go to Goodison and go and get the 3 points.
The club have made an announcement this lunchtime about Luke Ayling and his contract. How important is he to the team, to the dressing room, and how impressed were you with his performances against Manchester United?
For sure. I think, all the players are important to this group. They're a really good group of players, but I think Luke, first and foremost, is a great person to have around. Very professional, great leader in the dressing room, and a bit of a legend at the club. So I'm really pleased, personally, but also for him professionally and for the club that they could get an extension out of him. But I think it's a really important moment. And to answer the second part of your question about his performances, I thought he was brilliant in the 2 games against Manchester United.
Can we continue on Luke then, please, Michael?
Sure.
What is it about him that is so essential to a dressing room? Because you would have been around loads of dressing rooms in your time.
I think it's always important that you have good leaders, and it's also important you have good leaders to help support the young players, but also good leaders that do things the right way. And Luke's one of them for me. He does things the right way. He's also really positive, and it's also important to have good performances as leaders. And I think he's showed that over the last couple of games.
So that smile will be even broader than normal.
I think so.
What about this game against Everton? Have you had a chance to assess all the injuries now, and are you able to give us any more information as to who's available this week?
Yeah, sure. So we've still got the long-term ones that we're trying to work hard on to get back fit. We've got Pascal back in training after he had the concussion, so he's back in training today, which is a positive. Liam Cooper and Mark Rocker are touch and go, not far, so we could see them maybe on Saturday, but we don't want to take any risks with any players, and I definitely don't want to take any risks with any players in this moment. But there's another couple that could be back. We've got Sonny Perkins back on the pitch, which is nice to see. So, yeah, we're slowly getting some strength back in the squad, which is really pleasing.
You've not had any extra or any new ones to worry about since the last game?
Nothing knocks, bangs, usual things when you come off the pitch, but nothing major.
After the last game, did you feel that might have been it for you in terms of taking the senior side? So you had to sort of re-lift yourself at all, or realign yourself to deal with the next game or two?
Yeah, I just thought, every game I'll take it, every week I'll take it, and every day I'll just come in and try and do the best job to set up the team and be prepared. And in that moment I was prepared for this week if I needed to be called upon, and if I was called upon, I just carry on doing the job that hopefully people can see, which is do the best I can do, give as much time as I can to it, and hopefully set up the team to try and perform in the next game.
It seems that the guys and the senior guys have really responded to you well, Michael. What would you say was your strength in being able to do not only the young players that you've had a lot of experience of, but those senior players?
They're part of the process for me. The senior players are really experienced players. They've played in the Premier League a lot, and I just want them involved in the process in whatever we do, and they need to be comfortable in how we want to do things and how we play. And the leadership group and the players that are around all are part of the process, and it's really important for me to use the experience of those players, and they've been brilliant in that way.
Sean Dyche, what's your experience of him? And being at the FA, have you had a lot of experience of him?
I've met Sean a couple of times. He probably doesn't remember me. But yeah, we have a similar guy that I know he played for, John Duncan, that actually worked with me a few years ago. I learned a lot of John as well. So sadly John's passed away now, but he's such a good footballing man, and both of us have probably come from the school of John Duncan in ways. So yeah, I know Sean a little bit, and obviously know he's a great manager. Every manager in the Premier League is great, and every team is tough, and it'll be a really tough game on Saturday, no doubt.
Thank you.
One look at the table obviously shows the importance of the game, but I wonder how significant are you going to treat it, or are you just looking at it as just another game?
We're excited. We're excited to go and try and get 3 points. Genuinely excited again to try and get 3 points. And I've spoke to the players and the staff, and all the staff have been brilliant. We just see it as a chance to go and get 3 points again. And if we can go and do that, that's the most important thing, picking up points.
You pushed Manchester United all the way in 2 games. What has that done for confidence and belief?
For the group, I think they were really pleased with their performances, and that's the most important thing for me, the players. They thought they had some good performances, but at the same time, we didn't get the results. So we've got to tidy up some things and make sure we're strong. But no doubt there will be some really positive feelings because of how well, especially I thought second half coming out against Manchester United at Ellen Road, I thought we were really strong.
And have you enjoyed the experience so far? And what have been the biggest sort of challenges and differences to your normal role?
Really enjoyed it. Really enjoyed it. Exciting. Love working with top players. Love setting up a game plan for top opposition. So I can't say I don't enjoy it. Every day is a pleasure to come in to work and work for the club and work for the players. Biggest challenges, time. Time on a manager is, I think it's one of the things I've learned is being really conscious about your time and focusing on the players. But no problem.
Graham, how is Luis Sinisterra getting on?
Yeah, so obviously from the first game he took a bit of a pulled muscle. He's again one of those that is on his way back, bit further away than Liam and Mark, but he's progressing nicely.
You talked about how well Adams and McKennie did against the 3 against Manchester United. Have you any thoughts on dealing with Everton's midfield 3?
Lots of thoughts. Lots of thoughts. Lots of thinking. They're going to be really physical. We know that. They're really aggressive. They're supreme athletes in the middle of the park against Everton, and we've got to be really good and really competitive on the day to make sure we win that battle in midfield.
We saw last week when Patrick got substituted in the second game, Luke reacted. Patrick obviously wasn't huge happy, like any player isn't happy when he gets substituted. Has there been any sort of analysis of that decision and feedback from Patrick?
Yeah, we talk all the time. And I think Adam said one of my strengths. I'm very talkative with the players, and I explain my decisions. I'm very open with my decisions and why. With modern players, I think that's the way, and I think they respect that decision. Whether he thinks I'm right or not is unfortunately we're in a job where we have to make decisions. But no problems. Pat's been amazing, like all the players, and in that moment we just try and make the best decision we can at the time.
How did the talks go with Victor when he came to you and said he wanted you to take on a few more matches?
The club have been great. Victor's been great. The board have been great. Everybody's been great around the club, and I just said if you want me to support, I'll carry on doing it, and if I can help in this moment, that's all I want to do. And they've been really supportive of me, helping them get through these moments.
Thanks, Michael.
Thank you.
We're going to go to a Saturday embargo now, so if you can all switch off. Oh, sorry, Chris, have you got one? Go on then. Yeah, go on.
Michael,
hello.
You say you're enjoying it. It must be fairly overwhelming, though, the whole situation, doing this, taking games against Manchester United. How are you finding it in that respect? Because I imagine even 2 weeks ago you never expected to be here.
No, I didn't expect to be here, that's honest. But I think I'll go back to one of my early comments. I've been coaching for many, many years, probably in the background and in different ways. I'm just seeing it as a game of football that I need to prepare, and overwhelming, I don't think so. I think I'm okay. I'm dealing with it. I've got a great support network around me of staff. I've got a great support network around me of the board and the club itself. And for me, I think the fans are brilliant as well. And hopefully they can see I'm just trying to do the best job I can do. So I wouldn't say overwhelming. I'd say exciting, really.
Have you seen it as something that this is what you want to do? This is the position you want to be in full time?
I'm happy. I've always said I'm happy coaching. I love coaching. I love players. I love working with players. So I was happy in my 21s role as well. If I'm here later on, then that's something in the future. But at the moment, I'm just trying to do the best job I can do. Thank you.